What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Next Wave podcast, episode 45. I'm one of your hosts, B. Zanny, joined by my co-host, D. Woody, and today we've got a couple of quick gaming topics to hit before we get into Black Ops 6 Season 1 coming out alongside Ranked Play, and then we're going to round it off with our Next Wave coin segments at the end. Should be a great episode. Make sure you stay tuned in, and we'll see you there. All right, Dak, another week of BO6 in the books. We have some Rocket League on the schedule tonight. So
RL Thursdays, it's a tradition.
RL Thursdays with our IRL buddy. And it's the only break we've had since Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
We have been playing Black Ops 6 straight since it came out, except for Thursdays.
Yeah.
So Thursdays.
And last Thursday got canceled, so we haven't played in 2 weeks.
That is correct. That is
Rocket
correct.
League in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of a break scheduled here tonight, and honestly, I still might play ranked instead. So I might have to break some news. But either way, Dak, how you been? How's the grind been going?
Yeah, good, man. Camo grind is getting there slowly but surely. I'm probably 75% of the way or so through. All I have is pistols and I got to finish up 50 or so headshots for a few guns. So,
okay.
So not bad.
Let's go.
Not bad.
Let's go.
Other than that, I mean, it's been fun. Ranked has been refreshing just to, be playing for the objective for once in a game.
Yeah.
So I've been having
agree.
fun on that. It's only been 24 hours with ranked, but I've enjoyed it so far. We'll get into that later. But yeah.
Especially since 8s haven't been too successful the last few nights in our little Discord.
The passion died,
ranked,
man.
Yeah, passion died, but it's reignited for ranked though. So
maybe we got to start talking shit.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it was too friendly in there.
It was. I started saying no passion, no one wants it, no grinders, but they didn't bite the bait. But yeah, I got Dark Matter, so Mastery Camo. I still have to get it on every gun, but I have it on every AR, every sub right now, I believe. I think I'm done with the subs.
Okay.
So it's really easy. You just have to get 5 kills in a life 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's super easy. The only one that's going to be somewhat difficult will be the bat again, but it's not going to be as hard as getting 3 triple kills with it, which that was my final challenge, and it was tough. It took me two hours.
Yeah.
To do.
You were in there raging.
Yeah, and I had to take a 20-minute break.
Man, do some push-ups.
To reel myself in.
Fucking read a book.
But yeah, grind's been good. I've been debating if I wanted to do the zombies camo just because they've made it a little more user-friendly. They haven't made the challenges easier, but they've made how to get them in game easier with the directed mode and
somebody said
some other bugs.
Oh, never mind, actually. I was going to say they nerfed directed mode, but it was only if you play for more than 5 hours on directed mode, they make you restart.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not ever going to do that, so.
Yeah, 5. No. The only reason I'm playing zombies for 5 hours is if we're taking forever to beat the Easter egg or some shit.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get into it. Episode 45. Thank you guys for joining us. Take us through our quick topics here today.
Yes, sir. So, Optic, HCS, obviously we've touched on some of the rumors, but they ended up officially dropping Lucid, Trippy, and Dead Zones. So now it's just Formal. And the rumored roster is Formal, Bound, Renegade, and Legend. That is insane, bro.
That's a ridiculous roster. We first saw it tweeted and rumored, people were putting together. I'm pretty sure I said Bound and Renegade on the team. I'm pretty sure I said Bound, Renegade, Frosty, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 of the 3, and I wasn't even thinking about Legend because I just figured
MVP.
They just won MVP. He would stay there. And if anything, build around himself. But if Formal calls you and says me, you, Bound, and Renegade, I mean,
yeah,
That's hard to turn down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard to turn down. So I'm pretty sure this is true. Like, it's got to be true.
Bound was tweeting the Green Goblin mask.
Yes,
yeah.
He tweeted the Green Goblin mask, so we know that. So we know that's true. Or is heavy trolling playing into this random rumor. But also in one of Hex's vlogs where he was at the Hex quarters, was talking to Formal, and it's like, tell me your team. And obviously he cut where he actually says it, but I think like someone reacted like, that's insane. Like right after it cut back, and I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be them. I think it was Methods.
That'll be sick, and I feel like at some point I've hated each one of those 3 players for icing up against Optic. So
absolutely.
So now we have a Grim Reaper squad.
We do. It's like Kenny going to us for COD.
You think Formal did this to fucking spite his teammates? He was like, I'm getting the fucking 3 iciest players that I've ever played against because we can't win a fucking tournament.
Yeah. We can literally point to Formal having like a stinker once. Like in his 2 years of being on Optic, 2.5. Yeah. For Halo. Like we can point to one time where he had a bad series or like bad tournament,
like grand
whatever
finals.
it was.
I feel like he gets better as like the tourney goes on.
Absolutely, he always has.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm super excited for that. Next topic: Gaming Award Game of the Year nominees are out. Kind of a weird year for gaming, but we got Astrobot. I don't really know what that game is. I think it's some sort of adventure.
It's cool.
Yeah, it looks.
No, it's cool. It's a PlayStation where you drop in as a little PlayStation mascot little guy, and it's pretty much like a platform. It reminds me of Little Big Planet.
Okay. Mixed
with like a platformer, kind of Fall Guys looking gameplay, but it's more expansive than that. And like it's really cool. Like I've watched like clips of it. It looks really cool.
Okay, sweet. So that's on the list. We got BO6, which I've recently started playing. That game is super fun. It's like a poker roguelite type of game. So you get random power-ups every run, and sometimes they hoe you like you're just not going to make it because they give you bad Joker cards, or sometimes they give you a God build, and that's kind of what keeps me playing. It's like you never know how the run's going to go based on what they give you. And you just have to keep beating blinds as they get higher and higher in chips.
I feel like that kind of game, that genre, will never win Game of the Year, even if it's great.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it'll ever. Like it has to be a super super dry year.
Well, Hades won Game of the Year
to win,
and that was 2018.
Different. That's different, right?
That's a roguelite.
What I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, you basically it's like you just do a run towards a goal, either beating a boss or it's usually beating a boss, but every time you start a run, you start fresh and you get random power-ups along the way and try to like make a build. All these power-ups do are like 2 times damage
Hades for?
I don't know.
I'm mistaking Hades for like the anime like third person controlling your person, or not third person, more than that.
It's like the sky view Diablo type.
What am I thinking of? That anime, like, oh my gosh, dude, it's gonna drive me crazy.
I don't know.
Hold on, I gotta look this up. Hold on, anime. I can see it in my.
Hades has an anime-ish art style, but it's like not anime in the sense of like voice acting and stuff like that, and like the dialogue, and I don't know.
Dude, it starts with a J, I think.
Oh, Genshin?
After Lupo, Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
No, that is definitely not that game. Okay, so that one time you were like, you're playing Hades? I was like, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, dude. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I was like, dude, you would like this game, bro. This game is lit. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. But BO6 is super fun, but yes, I agree with you in the fact that those probably aren't going to win Game of the Year because they are kind of like smaller games.
They're just niche.
Yeah, very niche. So, Black Myth Wukong, of course, it's
definitely up for
it looked incredible.
For the winner.
I watched 2
playthroughs.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know. It was a little more basic progression and combat wise compared to Elden Ring.
Oh, of course.
Elden
it's
Ring
more,
Shadow of the Erdtree is next on this list. So.
I think a more comparable video game would have been God of War to relate it to.
Yeah.
Which I cannot believe that game wasn't more than it was. I just felt like it was way too linear.
Mm-hmm.
There needed to be a little bit more exploration to it because the world was so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but I'll finish that point off once we go through the list.
Yeah. So next, of course, we have Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. That's our pick just because it's our favorite game.
It's the
amazing.
best one.
Yeah.
Like it is. Like people are like DLC in the whatever.
I mean,
Dark Souls
sure,
3
but it's like another campaign.
It is. It's a whole nother game, and it obviously speaks for itself. Like if you gave me that list of games, I am playing Shadow of the Erdtree as its standalone thing every single time, and I'm probably going to end up having more replayability on that game, even though it's just a DLC to some people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean that looks amazing. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is Final Fantasy VII Remastered Part 2. They're breaking it into 3 games, and they're all super well made, like 60 hours of gameplay type stuff. So I'm sure that game is amazing, but it's only on PlayStation, so I didn't get to play it. And then lastly is Metaphor ReFantazio. No idea. So yeah, that's the list. Kind of a, I guess.
Yeah, Elden Ring, Shadow of the
Downish
Erdtree.
year for gaming.
If it doesn't win, it's simply because there's a massive weird community that won't vote for a DLC.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it wouldn't win. Because like if you truly think that like these other games are better than that DLC, you're faded as fuck.
I mean, I'd go as far as to say people that don't vote for that game and hate on it for being a DLC didn't play it. Yeah, they didn't play it.
Or they tried it and
sucked.
Got shit on.
Yeah, because it is hard. It's harder than the base game by far.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know. It's interesting, but I hope Elden Ring wins. Moving on, RLCS news in North America here. Reddles, Magic Bear, and Cheese signed to Gen G. Good org, good team. I wish them success this year. But they will also be representing the USA in the FIFA E World Cup after the rumored team of Daniel, Atomic, and First Killer fell through. I don't know why it fell through. I don't know if anyone knows the real reason why that didn't happen, but people are, saying, oh, they probably didn't want, or the money wasn't enough, or they just didn't want to do an off-season tournament. It's too much work to fly out there and stuff. So I hope that's not the case, but and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that that's not the case. But whatever happened, they had to throw together a last-minute roster, and Reddles, Magic Bear, and Cheese were there to save us, and they are the defenders of North America at the World Cup. So it's going to be interesting.
I'm excited to watch them. I've always been a fan of Reddles, so anytime I get to see Reddles put on for the US&A, I will definitely watch. That is a weird situation. I immediately just figured that them two probably didn't want to play with First Killer or something, and or in some way the three didn't want to play as a unit, and
I don't know.
There was no shopping for like a singular player.
I think there was a time crunch. I think it was like a time crunch type of thing.
I bet you one of these young ass kids forgot to sign a form or something. I bet like that could literally be it.
No way.
And once one of them wasn't there, they all were like, "I'm not playing without him."
Yeah,
and so they had 3 people at the ready. So.
Yeah, but whatever happens, we got our boys Reddles, Magic Bear, and Cheese to defend our honor. So that'll be fun to watch, though. I'm excited to. Let's see. FIFA E World Cup.
FIFA E. Sounds like you're describing something with FIFA characteristics. That's very FIFA E.
FIFA E.
Of you. Man, you act in FIFA E.
Okay, from Konami.
That might be a catchy music artist name. You listen to that new FIFA E?
The new FIFA E, bro? Little FIFA
that
E?
Shit. That's FIFA fire.
I'm on my 3rd website. December 5th. December 5th through the 8th.
That's all.
That
Oh,
weekend.
okay.
That weekend.
Okay. Cool. Couple weeks.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But moving on, last thing. There was a tweet that said the future of Call of Duty under Microsoft. So, Hope, at the Ghost of Hope on Twitter, tweeted, "What I am being told about the future of Call of Duty. Microsoft has set up a new committee under Activision for Call of Duty that will now control features and systems at the franchise level and let the studios make suggestions. So whenever something like Omni Movement, which is new to the franchise, whether that will survive past this year will be decided not by Infinity Ward or Treyarch, but by this committee that Microsoft made. Okay. Studios are being told not to innovate in areas like UI, prestige, certain gameplay features, etc., but rather to focus on innovating on maps, modes, and storytelling, as that is where they want creativity to come from." So Microsoft is like, we're making a committee that's going to do the, make the prestige system and the menus and all that stuff. And you guys are just going to make suggestions and we will say yes or no to them, but you have full control over maps, modes, and storytelling.
Huh.
That also means this committee does ranked.
Things like...
Oh, well, no, that's not true. Modes would be under
That's not necessarily... Yeah. I think the information that this guy has is still very vague.
Yeah.
But
if this committee is real, though.
Right. And even though I always thought things like Omni Movement and that stuff were already a franchise level decision. I didn't think that was the devs saying, like, making that decision, like, Omni Movement's gonna be in this game. Like, I figured they came up with the idea and everything, right? Of like Omni Movement would be cool. But I always figured that
it was like Activision saying we need to innovate.
Everything had a final say from Activision, from the littlest thing to the biggest thing, like entire movement changes. I always thought that way, so that doesn't really change anything for me.
I think that could still be true. I think Microsoft is saying now the final decision maker is us, not y'all. You guys worry about the modes. You can make final decisions on that. We're taking over this stuff. You're not changing prestige. You're not changing movement. You're not changing UI. That's going to be this committee. We're done with the higher-ups at Activision innovating shit that doesn't need to be innovated. So I think this is good.
Oh, okay. I was treating Microsoft as Activision.
Yeah, no.
The same thing. Huh. Okay.
So this is interesting. If this committee is real, and it sounds like this committee is being made because the Microsoft has heard the people complaining about all the shit that they've innovated that we didn't ask for, and they're like, we're keeping this stuff the same because they've seen the positivity from the prestige system this year being back to traditional and people liking Omni Movement or not. I don't know what they've seen on that or what their verdict is about it, but that's going to be their decision now. And
interesting.
Not Activision. Okay. So that is interesting, and it gives the studios like Treyarch and Infinity Ward full focus and control more on maps and modes and innovating creatively that way.
Yeah, I hope that means what we think it means, honestly, because this whole time, whenever they told us, hey, you're getting 3-lane maps, I don't know if that's because we ended up getting quote unquote 3-lane maps. But I didn't know if that's something from dev level or higher up. So I'm not too sure. But regardless, it's a good segue into talking about Black Ops 6 Season 1, which just came out. Ranked came out. We got a lot to talk about here. Warzone came out along with this update as well. So we've got the new Area 99 map. And as of today, Thursday, they have added in Rebirth Island yesterday. So apparently that map is bugged out right now with lighting and audio glitches. But Warzone, we played it for a few hours that first day, and we had a lot more fun on the big map than we did on the new Area 99 map. And I don't know if we were playing that. As I watch more Area 99, I see people just landing in the middle reactor and just banging it out. If you die for it, just requeue. But just banging it out ends up just being more fun, So we might have to try that again. But
Yeah, I'm willing
I
to say that we didn't play it enough to say this map is
sure,
trash, but
sure.
we did not have a fun experience on it. I'll say that.
Especially apparently they've made those like movement changes. They've made plating better today and stuff like that. And also the audio right now is just in a bad spot in Warzone, so hopefully that gets fixed soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because on on Area 99, you could not hear a freaking thing. It had people going into the audio settings, buying audio, doing all kinds of crazy setting changes because it was so bad. And then with Rebirth, if you were anywhere near prison, it sounded like you could hear the whole entire map. Just like for some reason,
Yeah.
being in the middle at prison was making everyone's ears go crazy with footstep audio. So I'm assuming that they'll fix those changes because they've been pretty proactive so far. Like
Mm-hmm.
they've been constantly tuning and updating the game. They lowered like the sprint to slide delay, so you don't have to be sprinting for like half a second to slide. A lot of changes they're being pretty proactive about.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. And yeah, the sprint to slide thing, have you noticed it? Because I feel like it's nice now. I haven't been stuck in the mud yet.
Um, this is gonna sound egotistical, but like I feel like had good timing with it before the change, so I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really noticed anything. But I was getting dead slides, but like I would be like, oh, I fucked that up. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be like, oh, this is messed up. I just be like, I fucked that up.
No, same here,
So
but now I feel like I just,
you're
even when I
fucking
do
up
fuck
less.
up, it still lets me slide. So,
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but like that, they're gonna make those changes. It's only been 2 weeks,
yeah.
or almost a month actually. Um, so we'll see. And also, they made it to where any kind of gun changes that they're gonna make, they can actually separate it from Warzone and multiplayer. So, like for example, in this game, whenever Warzone launched, the AS Val in multiplayer has a standard magazine of 20, but in Warzone it has a standard mag of 30, just because shield longer kill times and
Yeah.
whatnot. Um, so that's really nice. So whenever they want to make changes to the meta in Warzone, they don't have to worry about affecting the CDL meta or introducing a new CDL meta
Mm-hmm.
because of the changes they make to guns in Warzone.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a
So
huge
that's
W.
W.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and then the XP tokens was a fun
Yeah.
debacle. So whenever Warzone update came out, they also, since Warzone is technically, it's a free game and it technically just gets updated every year, they brought over the any double XP tokens that you had from Warzone, aka MW3. And so they didn't think about just bringing over MW3 tokens, and they were available for multiplayer as well. And so they realized this after a day. They hot fixed it the following morning. Everyone got on the next day, and all their XP tokens were gone, but they were still there in Warzone. The fix for the time being, and everyone was raging about it on Twitter. Why would they remove this? I was so happy when I saw this. Like, it was a nice surprise. And so the fix when they removed it was just you go to Warzone, you activate it, and then you go back to multiplayer. Um, and they saw all the backlash and were like, "Our bad. We realized legacy XP tokens were very favorable. We were bringing them back." And
Mm-hmm.
so everyone got them back because bullying works. And so yeah, they made it all right, and we've got a shit ton of XP tokens from the carryover, which was nice.
yeah. Yeah. If they would have just taken them away from us completely, that would have been real evil and heartbreaking.
Very evil, almost as evil as the fake Rocket League thing that you sent me.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, ranked play obviously dropped with that yesterday. So it dropped a day early. It was supposed to drop today, and they ended up dropping it a day early, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
And some good and some bad coming from it. The good, it's just like last game, except they took away the pointless leveling up system. They gave us some really cool rewards to go for. 1,000 wins gives you a crazy cool emblem to flex 1,000 wins in ranked play, which truly is something difficult to do. Um, and then as far as the ranking system go, it's just like last year. But unfortunately, the people who grind it day one, who get into platinum and above, like within the first 5 hours or so, are running into the hackers who also did as well because they're obviously not losing because they're cheating.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, and everyone in the back of their mind knew that this was going to happen. You just hop on and you're excited for ranked play, so you're not intently thinking about it, throughout your gaming session. So of course, the inevitable comes up and people are cheating out the ass.
Yeah.
And for some reason, this was a problem last year. I'm pretty sure no kill cams in ranked play currently.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily this year, not the case last year. There's theater mode this year, and also usually if they're cheating, they did get the best play. And so at the end of the game, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But you can also go into theater after. That's what a lot of people have been doing to post their clips on Twitter and identifying these hackers.
Yeah.
And what's really sad, and I said this whenever we noticed that this would be the case before Ranks Play dropped. I believe this was after we recorded because this kind of information dropped like earlier this week, that console people can't turn off crossplay. And so they're getting cheated on because obviously you can't cheat on console. So with crossplay, they're playing against all the PC players and getting yacked on, and they're down bad.
Yeah, they're new to this, bro. They've been... I've seen some videos of some dudes crashing out like, what is this?
Yeah, they have to learn what we had to deal with. And so the map pool is interesting because in the CDL, the game modes or the maps for control are Protocol and Vault. But in the ranked mode right now, we also have Rewind. And Rewind plays kind of weird. I definitely could have thought of a better concept for it on control, but nonetheless, it didn't play terrible. So we'll see if that gets put into the rotation.
Wait.
And
Rewind's not on... Wait, oh, you saw it played on control?
No, I played it.
Rewind? It's just Vault and... What's the other one?
I'm talking
Protocol.
about in ranked play.
Yeah.
No, it's Rewind control.
Rewind's on there too? There's 3 control maps in ranked?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
shit.
Yeah. And so that's like the main... That's why it was like weird, because I guess they're still trying to test it.
Where
out
are the
in ranked
hills?
play. P1 and Diner. And defense spawns P2 side, and offense gets to Diner first. Like, you have to absolutely all out, knife out, sprint, double time, potentially get shot crossing to get there first.
God.
It's not the worst, but like if you just 4-man go Diner off rip, you insta cap, but you do give up a shit ton of map control if you do that.
Yeah.
And then they also have you every AR and sub is available outside of the Tonto. And the Goblin, I think. Actually, I think you can still use the Goblin. But it's still playing pretty well. There, no gun. The Krieg is the best gun in the game. It's a 4-bullet kill. It got insta-GA'd, rightfully so, and it's still allowed in ranked play. But they already said that they're going to adhere more to the GAs as this first launch develops. Probably, I would assume, rather quickly.
Yeah.
Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I would say they would have it more catered towards the actual GAs. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
But before we move on to some other kind of CDL topics, what are your thoughts on ranked play so far overall?
Yeah, I mean, I've had fun on it. Hardpoint is not horrible on some maps, but I think
it's definitely a low year for Hardpoint.
Yeah, and Vault Control was not great.
It was not whatsoever.
But Protocol Control is fine. Today I played 2 Protocol Controls, and defense won almost every time. I think we only took 1 offense, and it was like a crazy round.
Protocol Control is definitely the best one.
Yeah.
In my opinion, for sure. And I think that's going to get the most play in the CDL, if I had to guess, unless there's some Vault cheese.
But do you think, how do you feel about 3 hard points over having
I hate
control?
It.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, there just needs to be a 3rd game mode.
It's so dumb. Yeah, absolutely. There needs to be a swing mode, because like then they could some team could literally just imagine Ultra how good they were at hardpoint the first half of last year.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
it would just like they would just win every series without being good at S&D.
Yeah, that's true. I actually agree with you. There
And
should
so
never be 3 hard points.
and I think it's just boring, especially
Mm-hmm.
with these maps, and with only 5 hardpoint maps to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
You would have you would have to just you would each get a ban, and then you would pick the order
Yeah.
because you need 3 maps. So like you would each get a ban and then just pick the order. You wouldn't actually get to have a pick,
Mm-hmm.
right? You'd just be like, okay, we're playing these 3 maps. It's more of a like control normally is. It's like we ban these 2 maps. There's one left. What side do you want?
Right.
It's like so.
Okay, but Zuma tweeted the headquarters thing.
I don't know, man.
Headquarters is he said, "Hear me out. Headquarters. It's a mix of S&D because when you cap, if you die, you gotta spectate, and it's also a mix of like domination / hardpoint because you gotta go cap the point and stuff like that." But what was your rebuttal?
My rebuttal was one. Imagine the spawn trap you get put in after you camp or after you secure a point and then your team drops. All of them are alive because they're like that's just how it works. They're all gonna be alive because they get to respawn. And a second, you can manipulate your recapture because you can hop off it right before until your buddy gets into the right spot for a spawn trap.
Mm-hmm.
So you can set up for a spawn trap right after. You can even knowingly give up a point so they'll be on a life lock and you go wipe them out specifically for map control.
Yeah.
Like y'all are getting smoked shit on and they're set up in the point. You have unlimited tries to kill them and just set up for map control then decap. So I don't know. I get where he's coming from. I think the only reason he has this take is because of the situation that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we had a little bit better maps or if Control played better on this game, then he wouldn't be saying any of this.
Right.
So like,
but lastly, the tweet I sent you today, someone proposed, what if we had uplink, but there was an anti-gravity zone around the point so you could jump up to it?
I'm convinced people are stupid. Like, what makes you think? I've said it so. We have omni movement. Like, we can dive. Like, the middle of the goal, it can be just like the old uplink goals, right? The same size, but the dead center of the sphere is like forehead height, right?
Mm-hmm.
So or maybe a little bit lower, like neck height. So you can just run the bitch in. You can dive and make it, and then obviously throwing it from farther for 1 point. You don't need zero. We don't need zero gravity or anything.
Yeah.
Like, just lower the hoop.
I don't know why they haven't ever put a boots on the ground uplink mode in any of these CODs. Ever.
I don't know.
And they're wasting our time with shit like ransack and these modes that they're throwing in, kill order. Like, put in a ground uplink. We had gridiron.
Yeah, we had gridiron in World War II, and I think Cap the Flag is just a more competitive mode overall. But
that's not
we
even
also
in the game, is it?
No, it's not. In this game, I don't know if it. I don't know. I mean, red card,
maps,
red card only. But yeah, I'm not sure. But anyways, to move on from what could have been an unending conversation, we've got some CDL topics here. LA, as we know, LAG, what we thought was getting completely bought out. Their spot bought out by Gentlemates. Turns out they're doing a little bit more of a collab, and they are the Los Angeles Gorillas M8.
Yep.
The worst branding I've ever seen. I am referring to them as Gentlemates or LAG for the rest of. Why didn't they do Los Angeles Gentlemates? Like, I don't understand. And the jerseys are fucking terrible. Like, it's just a nightmare over there. Just get out of the league, please. Just leave us alone, LAG. You've haunted us for a long time. You've brought the bar down for such a long time. Just leave us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. There could be some reason that is just above us that we don't know, that they had to do this. I don't know. But we were curious, why is the skin an LAG skin in-game when they're Gentlemates? But yeah, that's why. So...
And then also Clayster is going to be coaching Team Falcons. So what's
Vegas.
their Vegas Falcons? That's right.
Have you seen their logo?
No, I
It's
haven't. I don't
fire,
think.
bro. It's like, so the normal Falcon logo?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. It's like the chest of the Falcon is the V and the wings are the
Oh,
F.
that is sick.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
yeah,
It's like a
I like that.
superhero logo. Like you would see that
Yeah.
on a superhero.
No, yeah, I like that. So yeah, Clay coaching them, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's a good opportunity for him to dip his feet into coaching. Honestly, I see him more. I don't know. I think I do see him as a coach, but I also see him as more as like a talent development more than I do as like a head coach, like holding people accountable. I don't really see him that being his strongest suit. Outside of the game, obviously in game he'll be definitely equipped to do that. But as far as like breathing exercises, team building activities. Hopefully, he leaves that to Luti for the most part. But I think this is where he finds out if he wants to be a coach or not, because he'll eventually be on like a top organization as a coach within the next couple of years. But I don't really think this does anything for the team necessarily. Now, he'll be able to make them get better as individuals and understanding the game quicker, but I don't think this shoots them up in the power rankings.
Yeah, yeah. It is going to be interesting though because all these players are brand new, and I think it's going to be kind of fun to see how much they improve. Like they might skyrocket from the start of the year to the end of the year. Who knows?
Yeah.
But to have Clayster on your staff is always a W. So.
Yeah, he's a go. And also, Illy is playing in Challengers and apparently had an offer that he declined. Apparently, the leak rumor it was North Carolina. So instead of Vivid, it would be him. So him, Slasher, Tej, and Gwyn. I don't know why you would turn that down. If I was Illy, I probably would have accepted any offer. They would have been gross in general, yeah. I think. I don't think he should have turned down any offer, honestly, even LA Gentlemates or even fucking Boston Breach. Like, I don't think he should have turned down anything. But he's with Fire, Flames, and...
I don't know.
Fame?
I don't know. I think Fame was looking for a team recently.
Huh. I forget who the last one is, but Fire and Flames for sure. And they've been looking pretty good. So I've been watching a few of his streams, seeing how he looks. He looks like he hasn't really lost a step. So, Illy being a FA is... I'm going to call it now. Him and Hook are the first two to get picked up. And then following that will... Based on last year, at least, I think Dylan Rex will be the next one up after that. Or I want to see Lunars get a shot this year. His name was thrown around a lot earlier in the year last year, and then obviously it got to a point in the CDL where you don't want to field offers anymore, or you don't want to take offers anymore because you're on track to make champs for challengers. But if you go to this team, they're likely not going to make champs, and your season will be cut short, and your stock will plummet. So obviously we heard him for a little while, and then you don't really hear anything anymore because no one wants a spot. And those top 6 teams are fighting for a spot, staying solidified. So I want to see his name thrown around a lot more. So we'll see what Illy, Hook, and the others can do in challengers. But
yeah,
if they don't get to the league, they're definitely going to end up on the same team after the first event. So that's our Black Ops 6 update. Anything else you want to add before we move into our coin segments here?
No, let's get it.
All right, so our pick 10 for the day is going to be COD kill streaks. Now, I wanted to ask you this. I think that these should overlap. So, like, if I say attack helicopter, like, there's no specific game. If it had attack like, you can't redo,
Okay.
Even if they were at a different kill length or they looked different, sounded different, if it's an attack helicopter, it's an attack helicopter.
Okay. I'm with it.
All right. What are you at?
55.
Ooh, 65.
Ooh, hey, I competed today, though.
You did compete today. You did. See, I think... all right, I'm going to take the obvious 1-1 here. I'll take the tactical nuke.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, I honestly have another one on here that might be another 1-1, but I'll take the safe pick, Tactical Nuke. Obviously, you go back to its origins in MW2. Tactical Nuke incoming. Bah, 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 bah. Obviously, you've got the Chem Strike and Ghost. You got the Moab and MW3. Don't forget Advanced Warfare. We had the DNA bomb.
Yeah.
That thing was cool. Because it was tied to the campaign where Kevin Spacey wanted to unleash a huge toxic gas DNA bomb that targets your DNA and kills you pretty much. And so that was pretty cool. So yeah, Tac Nuke,
yeah.
easy 1-1.
All right. Easy 1-2. AC 130 above.
Okay, nice. That wasn't my other one that I thought was 1-1,
Okay.
so I thank you for that.
Okay. But yeah, no, AC 130 is just iconic, and it was always so fun. Especially like in the campaign, there was a mission that was like fully dedicated to the AC 130. That was my first experience with it, and so once it came to MW2 multiplayer, it was fun as fuck.
Yeah, and it was always people. You know who someone was in MW2 if they used the chopper gunner or the AC-130 to go for nukes. And I definitely switched back and forth a lot, but I always liked getting nukes more with the AC-130 for some reason. I think it's just because all you hear during the chopper gunner is. But yeah, good first picks. My 2-1 is going to be dogs. Pretty self-explanatory there. You fucking go on, and I think we first saw him in World at War. It was a 7 kill kill streak, I think.
Yeah, they were elite in that game.
So good. And then obviously Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 dogs, really good as well. And they're just fun, especially when you're coming off spawn, you run out, and all of a sudden you see a dog like hopping the barrier of the map, like the fence
dude.
that like you can't go out of, but the dog's jumping over it. And you're like, let's go into battle, and you're running alongside your dog. You round a corner and just chomp somebody.
Oh man,
it was just walking around. You're just getting free kills left and right. So,
all right, yeah, good pick. This is different.
Okay.
Raps.
Okay, it is different.
Raps.
I will give you that for sure. Raps are dope.
Raps were so terrifying, bro. Like
they were very.
Bro. Yeah, the sound they made, especially if you come off spawn and you're like, oh shit, they have raps, and you just hear
and
one.
They would ride up. They would ride up the terrain
bro.
too. They would run up the wall a little bit and round corners around walls and shit, dude. They were creepy as hell.
Yeah, they were terrifying and they were vicious. People would drop hella kills with raps. So, yeah, that's a little different.
Okay, I'm gonna go chopper gunner.
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
I definitely have another one that was a close one that I might go for my next pick, but chopper gunner is definitely goated. I mean, it's just point and shoot. Whenever you see him off spawn, you see the little red boxes. Your eyes light up like tree lights. Like you're farming, and obviously it's the best when you're still in it and that nuke emblem pops up. Because obviously, as we know, in those games, any kills you got with your kill streaks counted towards your nuke. So you hop in that chopper gunner, grab you a quick 14, and boom, you got your nuke.
Easy does it. My next one, I'm gonna go Pavlo.
Okay, I had that on my list.
Pavlo, and
I love the
this
Pavlo.
This is just a personal bias pick. I don't even know if it holds a candle to some of these, but it was like an attack chopper on steroids, and it was basically like the computer was in a chopper gunner for you, and they were just lighting the map up. Like sometimes I would call in a Pavlo and just chill, bro, and it would just kill everything on the map.
It was a tank too.
Yeah.
Like it took a couple rockets to shoot down as well.
And I have a YouTube video stuck in my memory forever of Beyonce's song Halo. But it was a parody. Yeah, and it was Pavlo. And it was just like a montage of Pavlos just absolutely mowing enemies.
That's awesome. All right. My fourth, I'm going to do Swarm. I think Swarm is super sick. It's kind of like the aerial version of Raps. Obviously, Black Ops 2, watching every Scump video, and he's dropping swarms on motherfuckers because there was no nuke in that game, but you got a 20 or 25, I think, is what it was. to get a swarm, and that thing went crazy.
Yeah.
They were also in this last game as well, in MW3, and I used that a lot too. I think swarms are just dope because, especially in Black Ops 2, like Nuketown, you just like off spawn, you just hear,
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of rogue drones going crazy. So
Yeah.
that'll be my fourth.
Okay. Let's see. My next one. Gunship? Have we said gunship?
No, that would qualify as like the mothership, the
Yeah,
dreadnought,
yeah.
all that. More the newer CODs.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they're kind of like a blend of a AC-130 / chopper gunner, and you can fly them. You can, like, fly them where you want, so you can just sit in their spawn. I mean, those things are insane.
And they're huge whenever you call them in on the map, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a destroyer coming over like the city in Rogue One, over that little sand city.
Yeah.
And it's just the Star Destroyer floating above it. It's like that, dude.
It's like a Covenant Corvette just pulling up on.
I thought about putting that on my list.
Yeah.
All right, let's round it out here. My last one is definitely not badass, but it's I think one of the most fun kill streaks to use, and that's the RCXD.
Yes, sir.
My favorite version of it was Black Ops 3 by far, the HCXD, where you could jump and like sit on the sidewalls, hover above door frames, and then jump off and explode as they come in. It was really fun to control. The one in this game is freaking hard to control, bro. It is. That thing doesn't have power steering.
No, definitely not.
And no power steering on it. And then the one in this game it reminds me of the Toy Story RC that they fly around on or ride around on the street.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that, rounding my list out.
No, I'm with that. That's iconic. That's an iconic kill streak for sure. To round out my list though, I think I got to go Harrier. It was too good. It was too good.
Yeah, I had it on there.
You get an airstrike and an attack Harrier.
Good attack chopper.
Yeah, to like hang over and just zap anyone that comes out of spawn.
It's so weird thinking back to things like that because like we didn't have like hot fixes or updates, like patches. Like that thing was just busted forever. Like just like the other 7 kill streak was, or like the streak before it, the precision. And then you could do a chopper instead of the Harrier, but it just didn't compare. Like it was, if you weren't running Harrier, chopper, or AC nuke, like then you weren't trying.
Yeah. So Harrier, I mean, that was the best 7 kill streak I've seen in a long time.
All right. So my list is nuke, chopper gunner, dogs, swarm, RCXD.
Mine was AC-130, Harrier, Pavlo, Mothership. Yeah. Something else? Raps.
Yeah. Raps is the best pick, bro. That's such a good kill streak, and it is different from dogs. Like that's different for sure.
Have you seen the movie Battleship?
Long time ago, with Rihanna.
Yes, Rihanna and
long time ago. I'm
Friday
talking
Night
Verizon FiOS on demand. Like when I called in from school, like sick, like I wouldn't be allowed to play video games, so I would just watch on demand movies, and it's been at least 10 years. 15.
Raps were definitely inspired by that movie. I swear to you.
I need to rewatch that shit.
Yeah. So
speaking of rewatching shit, you need to watch The Penguin, which that's not my pick for today's pick and ban, but I wish I should have done it on the last pod. Super good. All right, let us know in the comments who you think won that draft there. I think I did, but that's just me. Let's get to our final coin segment, pick and bans. Me and Dak pick and ban something from Recency. I'll go ahead and start us off. This isn't new, but I haven't talked to you about it and didn't say anything about it on the podcast. 100T Apex is back, and
nice.
They picked up a fucking sick roster. So the God Squad of Falcons, which was Hal, Zero, and Jin Burton, they dropped Jin Burton, so he was out looking for a squad. He ends up teaming with It's Timmy and Designful, two other big names and very entertaining to watch. They are now 100T Apex. So we've
Wow.
got Jen Burton, Designful, and Timmy all on the same team. Huge W. And I think the only way that Hunter T should get back into Apex is with Timmy, who's already a part of them, and with two big names as well alongside him. So that's an absolute W, and I'm excited to see how they do at this upcoming LAN. I think they qualified. So
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I know
big
Timmy
W.
for sure.
That's sick.
That's crazy.
Designful, when like Timmy was on DSG, like when it was DSG, he was with Designful and Enemy. So Designful stayed with him.
Hell yeah. My pick, if you guys saw, I believe it was our first episode of the podcast about a year ago, when I went on the rant about leaving Rocket League and Epic Games being evil. Well,
Yeah.
my pick is we are standing up, boys. Rocket League Revolution is underway right now. Yesterday there was a Chalked cast, which is like Rizzo and Johnny Boy and them.
Yeah.
And I guess I haven't seen the episode yet. I'm going to watch it tonight or tomorrow. But apparently they started this trend, this hashtag, we are not Fortnite. And they had an episode just about the state of Rocket League. The esport is dying. Like Epic Games is giving no support. They're just Fortnite. And like trying to basically get us to that point of the meme that I sent you today, where
Yes.
Rocket League is just going to be a mini game on the Fortnite app. So it won't even be a standalone game eventually, which is what they're pointing to with all the moves that Epic has been making. So yeah, the people are tired of it. The pros and creators are tired of it. And like 2,900 tweets have tweeted, we are not Fortnite. And I hope Epic sees all of them.
Did you tweet it?
Yep.
Nice. Let's go.
If there's a greater than 0% chance that my tweet is going to turn the wheel, then I'm tweeting it, damn it.
It's greater. It's definitely 0.0000 at least least,
Yeah. So
That's fair.
So yeah,
Stand up.
I hope it does something, but Epic Games has also just been silent to any criticism on Twitter. They just keep rolling out updates whether we like them or not, and they can very well do that now. So we'll see.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's hope that picture that you sent me doesn't come true.
Yeah.
My band is The Simpsons. So
Whoa.
yes, not actually The Simpsons, but The Simpsons. So if you know anything about the NFL, you know that the Cowboys just played a Monday night game, prime time, and looked dead dog shit again, and we're very, very bad. Now, when this happens, usually there are other primetime games that these dog shit teams might be slotted in that they can be what the NFL calls flexed, where they can replace it with a different, more entertaining, less dog shit game. Unfortunately, the Cowboys have another Sunday night. No, Monday night.
Back-to-back
It is
Mondays,
Monday. Yeah, because it's fun day night football. And there's an alt cast alongside the Monday night game of The Simpsons.
Let's go, dude.
So for those unfamiliar, the alt cast is where it's like a cartoon version of the NFL game happening, but it's like the Simpsons version of the NFL game happening.
It's going to be so fun to watch. How is this?
I know. No, because that's the reason they can't flex it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So because there's an alt cast, they can't remove this dog shit that we're about to watch. So we have to watch dog shit Cowboys football again in prime time because of The Simpsons.
But I think it's better for a dog shit matchup to be on The Simpsons.
I agree. But if it were a perfect world, we would not have to watch the Cowboys play again on a Monday night. So The Simpsons alt cast is my band, not The Simpsons.
Okay.
The alt cast, which is probably NFL and what is it? NBC? Is that
yeah, I think
that's
it's NBC that
Fox.
does that.
Fox
does
yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm so stupid.
Yeah, Fox and NFL is probably who I'm really directing my anger at.
Well, I think it'll be a blast. And someone tweeted, "We're gonna hear a whole lot of no." Oh man, that's funny. All right,
Round us off. I mean,
yeah, man, my ban is just the media attention and hate that the Bears are getting, bro. Because Caleb Williams twice this year has led a drive with under 2 minutes to put us in position to win the game against the Commanders. He scored with like 50 seconds left on the clock. They throw a Hail Mary. That's tough. He did it. He went down the field with a minute left and scored, and we should have won.
Yeah.
Last week against Green Bay, he drives us down the field, perfect position for a game-winning field goal. It gets blocked. And I'm just thinking, if he wins those games like he basically did and didn't get failed by his defense and special teams, do you know how different the conversation around him would be?
Yeah.
That was him versus Jaden and him versus the Packers, who were 0-10 against in the last 10 matchups.
Yeah, and I think Bears slander is warranted because they're just being the Bears losing these games, right?
Yep.
But Caleb Williams slander is not warranted. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I definitely think that some of these moments are absolutely outside of his control, and he did what he could to put the team in a position to win. Now, does that mean that them being not being in a position to win, could some of it be his fault? I would say maybe 5 to 10% of the time. The other 90 to 95% of the time, it is the coaching and the defense.
He's definitely had some moments where it's like throw the ball away,
where he,
or,
yeah, like he hangs onto the
up.
ball too long, or he makes a wrong read. Like we see it over and over again. But that's also, we see good quarterbacks do that too. So it's not like a specific Caleb. He's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Rookie. And more often than not, the mistakes that he's making are coming at blunders from coaching. And then he's also getting put in terrible spots by his defense. Yeah. So
I'm just saying, stop the hate.
I agree. Stop the Caleb Williams hate.
Because
I think
it
the
could
Bears
be
hate
so
is warranted.
different. Like him versus the other Rookie of the Year candidate, and him versus the rival that has been whooping our ass for 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He should have beat both of them.
I think he'll be good. I still think he'll be good, honestly.
So I'm excited, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That was episode 45, another one in the books. We're almost at the half-century mark. Looking like maybe our last episode of the year might be episode 100, depending on our availability around the holidays. So make sure you guys round out the year for us and head into 2025 strong. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow. And we'll see you guys in episode 46. Deuces.